Trey Lance was taken 3rd overall in this year's NFL draft, and while he was a bit of a surprising pick, he's got NFL fans excited to see what he can do and whether or not he can live up to the hype. So in today's video, we'll talk about Lance, his strengths, his weaknesses, and whether or not I think he can lead the 49ers to a Super Bowl. Let's get right into it. If you've not already, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I'm uploading videos every single week and your support goes a long way. But anyways, getting into things, the 49ers gave up 3 first-round picks and a 3rd-round pick to move up to the number 3 spot and draft Trey Lance. This is something that you rarely see happen, giving up that many picks for one pick, especially that many first-round picks. But obviously, the 49ers saw something in Trey Lance that they liked a lot. They saw something that they deemed worthy of giving up that many picks. So I'm excited to see what he can do, and I'm excited to see if he can live up to the hype, which I'm sure many 49ers fans are as well. I did not expect Trey Lance to go top 3 in this year's draft, but I'm happy he did. I've been a fan of his pretty much since he came onto the scene at North Dakota State. I put out a video about him over a year ago talking about how he could be one of the best prospects in this year's draft. It wasn't that I didn't think he was worthy of a top 3 pick, because I did, but I just wasn't sure if teams were willing to pull the trigger on him that high. Obviously the 49ers were though, and I think that Trey Lance has everything that you want to have in a quarterback. I think that he's one of the most versatile prospects in the draft, and I think that the 49ers are going to be very, very happy that they got him. The primary responsibility of any quarterback, no matter what level, system, or team it is to take care of the ball and run the offense, which Trey Lance does pretty much to perfection. In his 2 years at North Dakota State, Trey Lance threw only 1 interception, which is ridiculous and unheard of. Some people may try to discredit that stat by saying he plays in the FCS, which is a worse level of competition, which while that might be true, 1 interception in 2 years is still absolutely ridiculous, and it's something that I guarantee very, very few quarterbacks are capable of doing. And to go along with the fact that he pretty much made no mistakes in college, he also has great throwing ability as well. He has a huge arm and good accuracy, so when you combine this with his decision making, it's scary to think about some of the throws that he's capable of making. But his strengths do not end with his throwing ability. He's also a great athlete, which means he has quickness, speed, agility, he can escape pressure, he can scramble, he can throw the ball on the run. Like I said, he's the total package for a quarterback. He has everything you want a quarterback to do. So if he pans out, if he can adjust to the NFL, I think he is definitely going to be a great quarterback for a long time. A lot of people consider Trey Lance a boom or bust type of player, which means he has a very high ceiling. He could be very, very good, but he also has a very low floor, which means he could end up being a bust. I agree with this. I think that Trey Lance has the highest ceiling of any quarterback in this draft. I think that he has superstar type of potential, but because we haven't seen him play against top tier defenses, because North Dakota State was so much more dominant than any other team in the FCS, it's hard to say whether or not Trey Lance will be able to adjust. It's hard to say whether or not Trey Lance is truly that type of guy that we think he is, because the competition was not as good. But I think that if the 49ers are willing to be patient with him, if they give him time to develop, if they give him time to learn their system, I think that he could definitely reach that high ceiling that he has, and I think that they will be very happy with the risk that they took. However, even though the quarterback is the most important position on a team, you need more than just a quarterback to win a Super Bowl. You need to be strong on both sides of the ball. You need to have weapons for the quarterback to give the ball to. You need to have an offensive line to protect the quarterback, which the 49ers have a lot of these things. I think that Trey Lance is in a better position than a lot of the other quarterbacks in the NFL, and I think that he has a lot more help than any of the other rookie quarterbacks drafted in this year's draft. The 49ers have a strong defense with guys like Nick Bosa and Fred Warner leading the way, and on offense, Trey Lance is going to have a variety of weapons to give the ball to. George Kittle is arguably the best tight end in the entire NFL. Any quarterback would dream of playing with a guy like him. Brandon Ayuk is one of the best young receivers in the NFL. Put the ball in his hands and he's going to make plays. Deebo Samuel is a very solid veteran receiver, just does everything you want a veteran guy to do. They also have Raheem Mostert at the running back position, a guy who struggled with injuries for many years, but when he is healthy, he's a big play threat at all times. They also just drafted Trey Sermon, a guy who I think could be replacing Mostert as that starting running back very soon. A guy who's a workhorse, a strong running back who has speed, strength, just everything you want a running back to have. Trey Sermon has, and I'm sure that after a little bit of development behind Trey Mostert, will be ready to take over that starting position. They also just traded for Mohamed Sanu, another strong veteran receiver who does everything you want him to do. So like I said, they have so many weapons that Trey Lance can use. They have so many different guys who do their jobs, which is something that you definitely cannot say for some of the other rookie quarterbacks. In my opinion, the best case scenario for Trey Lance is sitting behind Jimmy Garoppolo for a year, learning the system, getting used to the NFL, and then taking over in year 2. A lot of people want to see Trey Lance start right off the bat, which I understand. When a team drafts a rookie quarterback, especially a guy who's drafted in the top 3, you want to see him play right away. But I think that sitting behind Garoppolo, who is a very solid quarterback in his own right, he obviously led the 49ers to a Super Bowl a couple seasons ago. I think it is going to do tons for Trey Lance's development, and he could end up being a guy who has success in his first year as a starter like Patrick Mahomes did. I'm not going to say that he's going to have the success that Patrick Mahomes had right off the bat. Obviously, winning an MVP right off the bat is not something that you expect any quarterback to do, but Trey Lance is definitely in the best situation, I think, out of any rookie quarterback, like I said before. And I think that sitting behind Jimmy Garoppolo, even if it isn't for a full season, even if he does end up taking over midway through the season, say due to an injury or say they aren't winning games, I think that Trey Lance needs a little bit of development before he is ready. And I think that if he's able to get that development, the 49ers are going to be very happy with him. I'm sure that he'll have success in the NFL no matter what. I think that he could definitely win a Super Bowl in the future if this current core, if this current coaching staff, if this current system stays around. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think Trey Lance is legit. Let me know if you think he has the chance to lead this 49ers team to a Super Bowl. And let me know if you think he will start week 1 or if they'll stick with Jimmy Garoppolo. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next one.